I will talk about the analysis for this chapter. There will be the three main parts. The first one is the frequent problems of communications in organization. The second one is technology and organizational communication. And the last one is pros and cons of advancing technology in communication. So first one is the frequent problems of the communication in organization. They are very obvious, like the sharing too little information or sharing incorrect information. So there can be some problems in the delivery mechanisms, or sometimes like that email or Gmail or some of the online platform. And the fourth one is discouraging communication, and the lastly is rumors, etc. How to solve these problems? So we have the two main solving problems recommended by this chapter. The first one is the performance review, and the second one is the weekly one-on-one meetings. By doing these kinds of reviews and meetings, the rumors can be solved directly, quickly, and with the correct facts. So the second one, technology and organizational communication. Technology is has as we have already know, nowadays is the technological era, and so they have been the technology also advancing in our working experience, working pace or working environment. So sometimes communication must be more effective because there is less time to correct errors in misunderstandings. So work may be more complex than before because the people interact with many others, requiring the careful coordination of the information. Employees are now in different locations, but it is not for nowadays it is not very it's not very huge problems. So it is not very convenient to be always in effective telecommunication and close contact while traveling on business. For today's organizations to be successful, they must stay abreast of rapidly changing markets. Technology has been the hub, so people make more and better decisions today than they did in the past because of the additional information at their fingerprints. So the problems of the communication have more to do with training people how to use the technology properly than it is with the technology itself. So the pros and cons of the last one is the pros and cons of the advancing technology in communication. So technology has provided both convenience and access in communication that didn't exist it before. For example, the emails and virtual meeting. Nowadays, these are very important because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Most of the works are from working from homes. I have done it before. So from the virtual meeting, it is very convenient. With the ease of the communication, because of the technology, overloading information is also just a problem. Like the junks and spam mails rob the time of the employees and servers of processing capability. So the next one is the pause to reflect ourselves. So are you the supportive communicators? We have to ask ourselves. So most of the challenging part of ourselves in the five aspects of the supportive communication, based on our past experience, how supportive are we with the various people with whom you have communicated, and who are the most supportive individuals, and how do they make you feel when communicating with you. The next one is the scoop on communication at Cool Stone Creamy. This is the famous ice cream franchise. So the first one is the specific principles of the concept of communication, like the feedbacks and technology. Six of the eight critical functions of communication in organization, like linking and coordinating, building relationships, explaining organizational culture, inter-organizational linking, generating ideas, and promoting ideals and values. So upward and downward communication as well as peer-to-peer franchise communication networks are very important for the big franchise groups to stay longer in the market or to be more successful in the market. So cool. The next one is the coastal improvement of communication, like the mystery shoppings. The Jim Valentino, the vice president of the franchise relationships, or even better, Doug Dorsey, CEO should make it a habit of visiting the franchisee store and announce that who are they like that their designations or something like that. On rotating visits, they talk to the servers like the normal people do, and they don't even introduce themselves with the yes, I'm the vice president of the franchise relations or something like that, but they didn't say because they want to know the actual walking difficulties and actual walking procedures. So they usually go to the shops like that. Like this is called a mystery shopping. So open up the channel of communication and leadership. This can make the open up the channel of communication and leadership in an organization. Number three is that Coolstone's communication effective in other countries. Good communication method that trick is simply modifying them to fit on the conditions of the other industry. A unique aspect of the Coolstone situation is that franchisees are relatively independent owners that are more likely to speak up and to be more honest to those at the corporate than that would be the paid staff. Had the same system has been set for the salary managers of the store-owned retail outlets, the depth and the frequency of communication may not have been the same as was seen at Coolstone. So, how much communication would actually occur would be the heavily dependent on the organizational culture and managerial styles of the corporation. So this doesn't mean that the techniques won't work. Only that we have to consider is that the environmental factors might affect on the communication in the organizations. This is the end of our presentations, and thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much for giving your times on our presentation. Thank you.